Well folks, here it is. Our 31-year-old furnace sitting on a homemade wooden distribution box. This is an electric furnace, General Electric. I believe it has 15 kW heat strips in it. Originally had a heat pump connected to it, now it just has a central air unit. This furnace actually works just fine as far as the heating goes. However, it's not the most efficient setup. And what I mean by that is it's just a straight electric furnace. It's running off the heat strips all the time because the original heat pump had been removed. Now, it is 100% efficient. Every bit of electricity that you put into it makes heat. There's no waste going up a chimney. However, it's not the most efficient setup. A heat pump would be far more efficient than straight electric. There's also a problem with the evaporator coil. This system has a slow leak, and for the air conditioning to function properly, it needs to be recharged every spring. As you can see, these lines are very rusty. It wouldn't make sense to put a new coil into a furnace this old. The other problem we have is the rust in this drip pan flakes off and it clogs the drain, which in turn overflows all the condensate onto your plywood distribution box. It's nasty. Here's the upper half of the furnace. I don't know if this has ever had anything replaced on it. I do know a new central air unit was installed outside a couple years ago, but as far as I know, everything in this furnace is original. I don't see any date on anything except the starting capacitor. It looks like the 20th week of 1978, and this was put into service sometime in the end of 1978. So we know that's original. The blower motor, I'm assuming, is original. It looks it. And works good. It's quiet. From what I understand, these are really good furnaces. Its time has come, though. This is an R22 unit, and it's going to get real expensive here in the next couple of years to have these things recharged. I'm assuming the leak is somewhere underneath these springs somewhere, or at one of these fittings. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it could be the coil itself, but there's no point in trying to save this thing. The heat pump's going to save us money. It bugs me because there's, as far as the straight electric heat, this thing works great, but it just doesn't make financial sense. We've been putting it off now for 2.5 years, and it's time to do it. This is going to be a novelty to me because we're having this done. I'm not used to having things done. It's kind of a neat feeling. I'm going to go to work tomorrow, and when I come home, there's magically going to be a new furnace here and hooked up and hopefully working. It's kind of a different scenario for me. There's the furnace running. Nice and quiet. Starting capacitor does its job. Motor spools right up. You hear the relays click. Oh, there we go. I closed it back up. And away she will go. Curious how they're gonna do this ducting. We'll have to see. Certainly it'd be better than this. Well, I got home from work, and almost magically, a new furnace has appeared. I've had to do nothing other than write out a large check. But it is kind of nice sometimes not doing it yourself. This is the new Bryant air handler. And they got rid of that old crappy wooden box. They ran a new drain. They reused the electric line, which was more than sufficient. They did put in all new copper, which is nice. And looks like they got rid of that expansion joint. And well, actually, it looks like I think they put in new ductwork there, and they built a new air box at the bottom. There it is. I didn't get a picture of the old unit, but here's the new one. It's a 3-ton. It's pretty big, I think, compared to the old one, but heat pumps tend to be. As you can see, most of it's coil. There's not a whole lot of room that's taken up inside. It's a Bryant. They put a new box on. It's a breaker box. We do get snow around here. Actually, today was the first snow. There's a remnant of it. It was a nuisance snow. So they put the standoffs on it to keep it up off the ground, so when it does snow, the snow doesn't cover the coils as bad. And they ran new copper. Looks good. Probably do a video of it running and defrosting and all that eventually, but it's nice and quiet when it runs. Okay, well, it just kicked on, so I figured I'd make the video now. It's running. It's very quiet. Really cool air coming out of the top. Very, very cool air. Coils haven't got any frost on them yet. Let's see. That's hot. That's not. So when it reverses and functions to cool the house, this will be cool, this will be hot. Right now it's reversed. It's an Energy Star